Yo, what's up, bro? Um, Jalil here, bro. Hey, man, I'm trying to record this video real quick because I had already recorded it, and I don't know, it won't let me upload it for some reason. So I'm about to record another one real quick, see if it'll let me upload it while I'm chilling at this truck stop for the night. About to watch my brother. My brother play college ball, and I'm about to watch him play real quick on my computer. So I'm trying to hear him do this shit real quick, but. Basically, bro, today I'm gonna talk about my 5 favorite things. I was just watching a video of somebody saying like they 5 least favorite things about they truck company. So I was like, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna just make a video of my 5 favorite things why I think people should go to Swift, or consider going to Swift. These are all my opinions, so I hope don't nobody be offended, or if somebody say they don't like that about Swift, it's my opinion. So whatever. But I'm gonna go from my somewhat okay favorites all the way down to my number one favorite thing. So 5 is something I think is cool is the fact that Swift do pay advances. So like once every pay period you can get I think it's like the maximum is like $106 added to your Comdata card, which is your fuel card. You'll learn all about that when you start working, but you can get $106 added up to your fuel card. Basically $100 because it costs like $3 something to get it out of the ATM. But basically that's how you got to do it. I know most places don't take Comdata cards. Like you can't go swipe it like a regular debit or credit card. So you just put it in the ATM, get your money back, get the money out. But basically I think that's pretty neat. You know what I'm saying? Every pay period you can get $106 taken out of your check. I mean, I wouldn't get in the habit of it, but it kind of helps for let's say 1 week you don't really get paid. You know what I'm saying? You don't get paid good. So like the week before that you wasn't really driving too much. After you spend a little bit of money you got, you can already go ahead and go into your next pay periods, like the money for it. So to me that's dope because that's $100 you can add to, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't not eat, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I mean, $100 a week, that can really help. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll benefit you because that's just, like I said, nobody want to be out here not able to buy yourself nothing to eat or something like that. So because everybody got bills, man. So that $100 can definitely help. But I wouldn't get in a habit of doing it too often because, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to always be missing $100 from your check. So that's just personal opinion. Number 4 is access to dispatch. Even though my DMs, ain't really shit and kind of sucks, but the fact that, you know what I'm saying, there's so many, you can literally call another terminal and talk to a driver leader. You could talk to anybody. Anybody can access the load you're on. They can, get your truck number, get your driver number, and see your load, and get in contact with the customer service, anything. If your driver manager's not there, not helping or anything, so that kind of helps. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have access to that, or it takes a long time. So, like I said, my DM is a whole different story, but. Everybody don't have bad DMs, you know what I'm saying? Some people got really good DMs who always answering the phone, always helping you, always trying to put you above so you have enough time to do loads and stuff like that. So that's a plus for me, access to dispatch. Number 3 is the amount of freight. You know what I'm saying? Swift is is the largest fleet in the U.S., so the freight's crazy. You always going to be moving. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to a dude today who's an owner-operator for, no, not Warner, I don't even know. I was talking to him today though, but he was like, he's been sitting at home for 2.5 weeks. He was like, he hasn't had any load, and because we were complaining about the shipper we was at, it's a whole long story. But basically, I went there yesterday, I couldn't even get my load until today. They kept having meetings, and then my load wasn't gonna be ready for 3 hours after when I was actually supposed to get loaded. So my clock ran out, so I had to wait till today to get it. But basically, yeah, that guy, man, he was like, he's been sitting for 2.5 weeks at home waiting on some freight for the company he worked for. So I'm like, that's crazy, you know what I'm saying? So that's a plus for Swift. It's a big company, so they get a lot of freight. They got a lot of, trucks moving. So you gonna be working a lot, you know what I'm saying, if you're willing to. So that's a plus to me, you know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to be sitting home. If your truck not moving, you losing money. You ain't making no money. So that's always a plus, man. Number 4 is new equipment. I mean, that's self-explanatory. I think the rule is 3 years. I think Swift doesn't have. After 3 years, Swift gets rid of their trucks. So let's say 2000. Let's say it's 2020 and 2017 trucks will be the ones they're starting to get rid of. Anything below that, they already got rid of. So like this year is 2019, so they're starting to get rid of all the 16s and giving everybody 17s, 18s, and 19s. I don't even really see 17s though. So but mostly all I've been seeing is 18 and 19s, really 18s. And of course they getting rid of the 16s. So, you know, that's a plus, man. You always in some new equipment. Don't nobody want to be right. I always see, you know, you always see trucks broken down on the side of the highway. They be looking like they from like 1950 and shit. You just be like, man, you was risking driving that anyway. So, you know, that's a plus. You don't never want to. I mean, some people, if you go on or off and you buy a truck, I don't understand why people be buying these raggedy trucks, bro. Because it's like, yeah, it's cheap to get it and now you rolling, but a week later, everything on your truck gonna break. You know what I'm saying? Like, who really want to be riding around in a truck every couple weeks? You gotta call somebody to come fix something, take it to the shop, all that other stuff, man. Nah, I would say I won't, especially like the automatics, man. The older automatics, when they first started like putting their little fingers, as soon as the trucking industry started dwindling with the damn automatics and stuff and stopped doing the manuals like that, them automatics is trash, man. Like trash, like it's ridiculous. So stuff like that, man. Them old trucks, ain't nobody with that, bro. So, but most big mega carriers have new fleets. So that, you know, that's a good thing. So that's to me, I mean, that's a good kind of rule that they have. You know what I'm saying? They don't keep older than 3 trucks. And I think it's like 3 trucks and 300,000 miles. So that's a plus. Number 1 for me is just, it's like kind of like 2 things. Just simply to pay for starters and just the fact of that they hire starters. Not the pay, not as much. You know what I'm saying? It's more that means more of like that they actually hire starters. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of companies don't. So that's, I mean, to me, that's a plus. At the end of the day, everybody got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's a positive that you get to start with a company that has a lot of experience starting off people. You know what I'm saying? The pay isn't the best in the trucking industry, probably. Far from it. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you can't really do too much with that. Any new company you go to is going to be like that. Because, I mean, it's kind of hard for them to pay. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember the guy was telling, I think it's like 1 point something million deductibles on their wrecks. So it's like Swift pays a lot of money in insurance and all these other things for actually hiring new drivers. And that's why they're one of the biggest companies, because they have, you know what I'm saying, they have so much freight, they have so much equipment, they're moving so many people. But Swift pays a lot of money in insurance because of people like me, people who haven't been here long. You know what I'm saying? And like people who under a year, your insurance for you is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? If you try to go on operator right now, all of your check, 110% of your check, more than you even making, is going to insurance. You know what I'm saying? If you tried to leave it like 3 months or something, or under 6 months, because your insurance is so much, man. That's why most companies, especially dedicated routes and stuff, they don't hire people under a year, because who wants to pay that in the insurance? You know what I'm saying? You kind of get away from that. You get away from that, so you don't even have to worry about it. You know, so to me, you know what I'm saying, it's understandable that they won't pay you much. So it's every company like that. This a mega carrier that starts out new drivers. CR England, you know what I'm saying? I heard people start off with CRST. I don't really know too much about them, but you know what I'm saying, I've heard people say they start off with them and they don't pay good. So I mean, it's a starter job. You know, I mean, it's not a starter job. It's a starter company. So it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying, with a lot of stuff. It's a lot of different types of work where people get into it and they go to the worst company just to get their foot in the door, you know what I'm saying, or get the experience that they need. Like I used to work at the airport. Everybody used to go to this one job. They used to fuel the airplanes. Everybody went to that job just to get their foot inside the airport, get all their clearances and stuff. As soon as they got on with that company, they left. They went to the actual airline companies and stuff, because those companies want to hire people who already had their clearances, already had their airport badges, and all this other stuff. So everybody used this fueling company to get into the airport, and then they would quit. They would literally go to this fueling company, quit, and go work for like the Chick-fil-A in the airport or the Burger King, because those places were paying like $13 an hour. And as a teenager, you know what I'm saying, that's good money. If you're in high school, just out of high school, going to college in Charlotte, you know what I'm saying, that's good money. So $13, $14, $15 an hour, you know what I'm saying, that shoot, that's good money in high school, man. You get off work, go up in that mud, get off school. So to me, that's it, man. Like, you know what I'm saying, it's a starter company and they hire beginners, so there's not really much of a negative about that, you know what I'm saying. Like, if you a beginner, you know what I'm saying, it's best for you to go to a company like that. I'm gonna say, I shouldn't be like actually saying their name, but I'm gonna not recommend CR England for anybody, man. I actually almost went to CR England because I didn't know a lot about it, and they called me first. And man, I'm so glad I didn't. Matter of fact, 3 people from my orientation class in Swift all went to CR England and left and came to Swift because they started their training with CR England. One dude was like, one of the only reasons he quit, he said the company went bad or nothing. He said the reason he quit is because he quit his 3rd day of orientation of training, getting the CDL and stuff. He said because the hotel they put them in had bed bugs and shit. He was like, man, the hotel was like so raggedy and stuff, and he was like, it just sucked. He was like, they didn't upgrade your hotel until you passed your P test and stuff, and you actually went to the actual training, like the orientation part. He was like, they kept you in like this really raggedy hotel until you actually passed. And I don't know if that's true. Maybe that was just for where he went. But if that is, that's beat up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you put them in a little raggedy hotel until they actually can become CR England employees because they passed the drug test. To me, that's beat up. But their pay sucks. I ain't gonna say they pay over the internet, but I know it because they offered it to me when I was about to go there, and he told me that's what he got offered when he went. It's less than Swift's. So, I mean, it's just based off that, bro. That's that, you know what I'm saying? They hire beginners. If you're a beginner, why not come to a company where you can get decent money, probably some of the best money starting out for a starter company, especially a mega carrier, that you can get because it's so much freight. If you're willing to work, you can make good money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm constantly running, and you know what I'm saying? Like that's not an issue for me. I like it, so, because I like to work. I haven't been home in 3.5 weeks, so that's good for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I make good money. So as long as I'm moving, you know, now when I start sitting out here for 3 weeks and I ain't doing nothing but sitting at truck stops and shit, that's gonna be an issue for me. So, but that's when I'm gonna have a problem. But other than that, man, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna do what you do. But that's just 5 things I think, you know, is a good reason to come to Swift. So if y'all do it, man, y'all do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's Jalil, bro. I can only tell you what I know or how I feel or my opinions, you know what I'm saying? So that's that, bro. But peace, man.